Alrighty. Gonna play some more Citizen Sleeper. Just a little bit, maybe like 45 minutes to an hour, and then we'll play some Starfield. Yeah, I find myself really actually kind of excited to come back to this game, surprisingly. For as simple as it is. Oh, that's right. I started off today with absolutely abysmal dice. Right. I need to gain one more point so that I can do this instant karma and be able to re-roll my die. Okay, so spores. I guess my main thing is definitely getting rid of this tracker. Okay, I've got a 6. What can I use it on? Super close to getting a hunter again. And I would really rather not. I need to help the ship mine, the other AI thing that I found. Okay, let's go across. I still don't have this. I could really use whatever it is. Hello? How's it going today? This is an easy choice. Safe energy. What is your dream collection? What consoles would you like? Atari 2600. They're doing a re-release of that, actually, that still plays the old cartridges. PS5, Fat PS3. Be very aware of which Fat PS3 you get, because only a couple of them are actually backwards compatible. PSP, 3DS XL, nice. I would even recommend doing the new 3DS XL, just because it's got better hardware and the design is better. DS Lite, yes. Yes. A Wii and a Wii U. Look for the black Wii U just because it has more storage. And then maybe an Xbox One or a Series X. I would recommend the Series X purely because it does everything that system does much better. If you're gonna go for an Xbox One, I would go for the Xbox One X, which is stupid as it sounds. I mean, but that's what I would go for if you do that. But that's a good list. That's a good list of consoles. and not entirely unachievable either. So yeah, give it to me. Give me the lowdown. I want to know. I mean, isn't Donkey Kong on there as well? I'd say that that would be a pretty good one to pick up for the Atari. You'll consider. No, don't let me influence your list. Any, keep going. Gingerbread. Not incorrect. I mean, for the PSP, I might have some bias, but I would add Ridge Racer to that list because the Ridge Racer that came out on the PSP was actually like pretty solid. And as well as that, I would do Luminous because that was like the origin of the series, and it's like a pretty freaking fun music-based puzzle game. There was another one. Mercury was pretty interesting, and then there was. I'm trying to remember the games that I had on PSP or have on PSP. Mario Kart 7, yes. I mean, I'm pretty biased when it comes to that system too. 3DS was one of my favorite consoles for the longest time. But you're on a good pace so far. I would suggest Pokemon Black or White or Pokemon Black and White 2. If not those, like the Soul Silver, Heart Gold. Um, and then as far as Tetris games, you want to make sure you get the. It's the Tetris that's like all NES or Nintendo themed. That is by far like the best Tetris for that console. Yeah, yeah. Trust me. I know my I know my Tetris games. Medios is a good game for that system. GTA 5, 6, Tekken 8, Precinct, okay. Lego City Undercover. Room Factory 4, Crash 4, both Crash remakes. Okay. Damn it. I can lose so much energy out of this though. I should have like a really good freaking dice day. Well, that one's yet to be seen because it hasn't even come out yet, so. It definitely looks interesting. Not gonna lie. Melee, Mario Kart B, Double Dash. 8 or a 9. I mean, basically, I see that you're using the Wii as your GameCube machine, which is not a bad idea. If it's one of those, for me, it'd be Wheel of Fortune. An 8. Mario 3D World, Mario Party 10. The Nintendo Land pack-in game is actually pretty good too. Just like on its own. It's a good game. I'd make sure that you can find a copy of that as well. Rare replay is definitely a good idea. Tyler stands back from the newly finished still and tub, hands on hips. Look at this, she grins. The overlooked distillery in all its glory. She squeezes you around the soldier. The shoulders. Thank you. What's next? There's an issue. Tell me. PS2 games, backwards compatible in PS3 FAT. Yeah, PS3 GT, PS2 GTAs, any Monster Jam. True Crime, Driver 3, Nitro Kart, Crazy Taxi. I hate to say it, but Crazy Taxi is almost going to be immensely better on the Dreamcast or even the original Xbox. But that's a personal choice. Xbox purely because it has availability of the newest one, which is Crazy Taxi 3. Tekken Tag Tournament, obscure Sega arcade portals, 18-wheeler probe. I mean, I don't know if it's obscure. Like, it might just be there's a cult following. Well, Garol the drink, as you probably guessed, is named after Garol the mushroom. That's what gives it the golden color and earthy taste. The alcohol is infused with the mushrooms along with a mix of spices. That means you need Garol caps to make Garol, but no one wants to supply us. Distilleries on the Greenway are taking all the stock from the farms out there. So it's hard to get a single cap across Founders Gap. However, I have an idea. She smiles. We can grow our Garol caps here. She gestured at the increasingly equipment-filled back room. I can bring you mushrooms. Tana gives you a pity look. Where's your fishing? Any outside supplier means they take a cut. Okay, maybe not you, but someone somewhere takes a cut. Ella puts a hand on the still. We made a still. We set all this up. How hard can growing mushrooms be? They don't need light. They barely need soil. We can do this. She pauses. Or at least we could if we had something to grow them from, like spores. Exactly. Suddenly you feel like you've walked into a trap, and you are the perfect person to get me those spores. She nods rapidly. Think about it. You built the still. You're great with plants. You know the eye like the back of your hand. Need I go on? Are you flattering me? If it's working, then yes. She grins sheepishly. Look, I can't leave the bar. And the other people picking up shifts, she grimaces. I'm saying it has to be you. Fine. Wonderful. You'll love it over on the Greenway, I think. All that fresh air, open space. She sees your expression. Okay, I'm done. She turns back to look at the still and the fledgling distillery forming around it. It really is something, though, isn't it? And, want to or not, you really have to agree. Alright, so now I need to get her spores. Many people, multiple spores. Okay, well, I feel good about that. I need energy. Actually, you know what? No. I should eat. It will eat food. I can afford food. And then I will spend this on this. Only one? What a rip. Alright. Let's see what the new day brings us. Awesome dice again. I'll take it. I should probably look for spores, shouldn't I? Alright, let's head over. Because it's that, or I look for this dude. Helping toggle. Yeah, we'll help her. Okay. I will finish that tomorrow. Get myself some energy. Hell yes. A bonus energy. Golden. Now I just need spores. And then, how many spores did they need? Three total? I can afford it today. Anyway, I like your list. I think that you're on the right track. Just make sure that you shop around and get a good deal. A lot of the stuff that you're looking for, I don't think is incredibly rare, so you might actually be able to get like a pretty decent price on them eventually. There's a couple things that are probably going to be pretty hard to find. Anything with the name Mario in it is going to be incredibly expensive, unfortunately. But you can do it. Hot take. Not a big fan of Double Dash. I like a lot of the tracks that are in Double Dash, and I like the characters and the cart customization that it has. Not a big fan of Double Dash overall. Hot take. You're so cute, says Tala, looking at the container of spores. Her excitement is infectious. Tala has locked herself away in the back room while she focuses on distilling. She won't let anyone in or out. Okay, cool. That works. You know what? I'm gonna do this. Haggle over prices. Hell yeah. I need this. Okay. I need a little bit more money. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, yes. I'm kind of hoping that the... No, it can't be that way, right? The next time a different ship comes in, it'll be a different ship, and I won't have any options. I'll have to do that again. It has to be. There's no way that the price remains reduced. Okay, but that's good. Now, I just need one more ship mine piece. I'm good to go there. I should earn some money, though. Because I need to make sure that I'm prepared for... Sorry, excuse me. I need to make sure that I'm prepared for getting my next thing of medication. I wish I could stack energy. Oh, I have 3 pieces of scrap. I can actually sell that too. Okay, we're looking good. Merchants haggle with stevedores. Okay, so I have to wait for them to leave. fish. It's 80. Okay. So I basically have enough money. That means I'm gonna move up here and continue these quests. I'll go with a 4. See if I get lucky. Okay. The trail ahead extends deep into an overgrown section of the Greenway. At this far end of the ring, where the long, lazy curve of the Greenway becomes the shattered, wild landscape of the wastes, things are oddly quiet. Ahead stands a vast farm stack, broken from its axis by rust or force, and lying amongst the overgrown landscape like an ancient temple. It is stained with moss and algae, flows of green running out from its broken tanks like a frozen, brackish tide. This is where Ashton's hiding. You're pretty sure. All your intuition points to the shadows beneath the collapsed superstructure. You roll the comm headset Ankita gave you in your palm. You slip the headset into your ear and it fizzes with static. After a few moments, you hear Ankita. Sleeper. Have you located the target? A doubt enters your mind. Can you be sure he is there? Yes, come now. Copy. Hold tight until I get there. Static cuts out the channel dead. You hold your position and watch the trail. Ahead the stars wheel with the motion of the eye, and your mind wanders. You try to imagine what this place looked like before the collapse. All ordered rows of crops, corporate pleasure gardens, glowing farm stacks. Now it is a wilderness, a strange overgrown biosphere bordered by the void of space. You smile. Despite everything, it seems like an improvement. Sleeper. Ankita's hiss brings you out of your reverie. In the collapsed stack? I think so. She gives you a look. You better be right. Well, there's no way I'm following that trail. If he's up there, you'll have eyes on that for sure. She glances across the landscape. Let's keep to the undergrowth. Work our way around. She heads off towards the central spine of the Greenway with you following close behind. It is slow going there, where the overgrowth meets the metal wall, but it is so concealed that you can barely see the glass roof high above. Ankita somehow seems to know where to go. Ankita works her way through the dense undergrowth, pushing aside branches and fronds. It is exhausting and you desperately want to rest, but Ankita shows no signs of letting up. Up ahead, there's a faint glow from the collapsed stack. Ankita leads you around the side to a broken tank. You both step through the opening, trying to avoid the broken glass that sits among the moss and algae. You work your way up the slanted tank, Ankita setting a deliberate pace. Summer water drips, and you swear you heard birdsong. Hanging plants catch the light, coating the place in a pale and sickly green. Ankita reaches the edge of the tank, where it meets the central drum, and holds up a hand for you to stop. You inch forward and look over the edge. The vast drum is like a cistern, with plants growing on all sides, and wet mossy islands at its base. It is beautiful, and for a moment you can't see anything but tones of green. Then you see the sleeper. Uh-oh. In a faint circle of light, descending down through the drum, the sleeper lies slumped at an odd angle. They are surrounded by crates, and beside them, one of the mossy islands, there's an object. A cylinder set on a tarp. It is connected to the sleeper's head. You flinch. Are they one of the others? One of the ones that escaped with you? You squint, trying to recognize them. They're twisted, broken, open. Wrong. You look away. Ankita doesn't look at you. She doesn't look at the sleeper. She fixes her eyes on the object. That's Amber's ship mine, she says. And you suddenly recognize the cylinder. Who is? You turn to Ankita to speak, but she's already gone. She drops off the edge of the tank and lands on one of the mossy islands, her armor letting out a hiss as it absorbs the impact. The shot hits her shoulder piece, the ceramic armor cracking but holding as she braces into the impact. Then she launches herself forward. Now the activated armor launching her across the drum. Another shot goes wide before she reaches the cover of the crates beside the sleeper. Shit! You hear the shout from one of the tanks high on the far wall. Ankita reaches over and wraps a hand around the thick connection between the ship mind and the sleeper. What's she doing? You better come down here or I'll rip this right out of their head, she screams at the wall of tanks. You shiver at the suggestion. Yep. Shot rips across the moss beside you, filling your vision green. The shooter must be somewhere on the other side of the tank. Do that again, I swear to God, I'll tear their head off, Ankita shouts to them. Sleeper, you sit down. There's a long pause. I knew that she meant the other one. All you can hear is the dripping of water running down the walls of the drum. Then Ashen calls out. I'm coming down, Ankita. Don't do anything stupid, for God's sakes. He appears at the far side of the drum, stepping through the shallow water, rifle raised above his head. Drop the gun, Ankita shouts. He throws it down onto the moss. As you lean out to watch, you see him catch your eye, blocking your presence. What are you up to? What are you up to here, Ashton, you sicko? She stands, keeping her sidearm trained on his head. You ripped my ship mine for what? Some freakish experiment? Was that supposed to be the sleeper that he's curled next to? Ashton approaches with shaking hands, his eyes now fixed on the connecting bundle of wires that Ankita still has hold of. Steady, Ankita. It isn't like that. I needed the ship mine. You have to understand. They would have died without it. What are you talking about? I don't give a shit why you ripped my ship mine and crippled my ship. I should put you down right now. She tightens her grip on the connection. Typical of you, Ankita. No curiosity. Ashton smiles shakily. That's why I never asked for it. For your help. You only look after yourself. He nods at you. That sleeper up there. They're just bait, right? To draw me out. Ankita sucks a breath in. Are you trying to give me more reasons to shoot you? I love them, Ankita. Ashton looks at the crumpled sleeper. I love them, and they were going to die. I knew you would never understand. He starts closing the gap between himself and it, with Ankita now, slowly inching forward. Don't do that, Ashton. Ankita snarls. Don't do that. Let the wires go, Ankita. Let us go. If you don't get out of my way, he inches closer. Please. I can't let you take it, Ashton. Ankita hardens her stare. You stole it from me. You left me for dead. She shakes her head. You think I'm going to trust you after all that? I need it, Ankita. I need him to survive. Ashton is in reach of the sleeper now, of Ankita. I'm going to take them now, Ankita. He raises a hand. I'm going to take the ship mine and go. Ankita loosens her grip on the connection a little. Her hand is shaking now. Stop, Ashton. She lowers the gun a little. Stop. Seeing her drop her guard, he makes his move. A blur of movement, a struggle, a shot, another. You recoil behind the edge as they ricochet around the inside of the drum, sound deafening you. When you crawl back to the edge, Ashton is bleeding into the water. The red and the green. Ankita is standing at the center of the drum, the severed connection in her hand. The water drips endlessly, drip after drip after drip. You force yourself to look at the broken sleeper. There is no sign of life, of humanity. You're just another broken object among the other broken objects. while all around living things grow and thrive. Ankita finally looks back up at you, tears in her eyes. She begins to say something that might be sorry, but you are already gone. Oh, that's kind of sad. I kind of wish that I'd shut up now. Sleeper, Rika greets you without so much as looking up from her work. I have some of yours here. Come see. She beckons you over to a heavyweight-looking console, wired to a series of specimen jars, some of which contain your spores. What does it say? The spores you have here are a real cocktail. A selection of types from within the groves, but I've been able to isolate a few. She taps one of the specimen jars. Here we have Tricholoma matsutake. Rika breezes through the Latin and Japanese pronunciation as if it was nothing. A species Solheim somewhat modified for use on the station. She brings up a panel on her console showing a chemical composition. All gradiented bars and obtuse acronyms. This is the composition of the Solheim modified matsutake spores. Modified? Yes, every species in the eye is a tweaked variant of Solheim's, of course. But that's not the point. Rika brings up another panel. Identical in layout, but with wildly different colors and numbers. You see, this is what your matsutake spores look like. That's the conclusion, yes. Rika glances at the specimen jar as if it might have something to add. They are fundamentally the same spores, but they carry different chemicals, different signals. She leans back and sighs. Solheim may have introduced their own tweaked versions in the beginning, but the grows have and still are affecting them. Exactly what I wondered. She moves to another desk where two trays sit side by side. The first contains nothing but plant mulch. The second you smell before you even look at it. The pungent aroma of the fruiting matsutake like rotting sodden overalls, laced with an edge of spice. The matsutake here are grown from Solheim stock, pulled from a spore vault in this complex. She winks. They are delicious, by the way. She sets them aside. The empty tray is germinated with spores you collected. No activity, no germinating, no nothing. But the grows are full. Yes, they are. Rika looks at you directly, and you suddenly realize how much she is enjoying this. So here's her puzzle, Sleeper. Spores from the groves won't grow in the lab. But gathering fruiting bodies from the grove is too unpredictable. We need to grow a fruiting body from some of these spores so we can track it, understand it. In short, I need you to become my mushroom farmer. Actually, I already started. Well, an eager mycologist. I'd never have guessed. I assume you set yourself up in the aviary. I've been eyeing that place. I've been eyeing that place up for its proximity to the groves. Bring me whatever grows, not just matsutake. There's more than a couple of variants in there, so I need plenty of samples. She plucks some matsutake cap from the tray. These little things are reflections of their condition, their smell, their taste, their chemistry. It all derives from the conditions of their growth. She smells the cap. Enough of these, and we'll have a picture of what's happening here, of the ways in which the biosphere is modifying itself, or being modified. whichever the case may be. Riko pops a Matsutake cap into her mouth, taking you by surprise. And don't worry, sleeper, she says while softly chewing. If this turns out to be a dead end, I'll make sure that not a single mushroom will go to waste. Okay, so she's talking about something else entirely. Aviary. Alright, well, energy type. A slightly better dice day. And keep it as, and Amber is docked here at a rickety old jetty, but she's sealed up. A note says, "Sleeper, stay. I'll be ready soon." Alright. So she wants to talk, she's just not ready yet. Hell yeah. Now I'll go for money. Go ahead and buy a vial. I'd say that I'm like doing pretty good so far. Play for just a little bit longer. Decent dice day. Everything's mediocre. I should probably just worry about earning money, shouldn't I? Even better, energy and money. Hell yeah. Alright, a couple things are ready today. They're gone. Gotta wait. Damn. I was really hoping for a ship mine fragment. But it may be possible that I get a ship mine from Enkita. So I can't really discount that just yet. Okay, let's see what she has to say. You spot Enkita on the track to the farm stack. She has a box on her shoulder and is working her way down the slope. She sees you as she approaches. Neither of you speak for a moment. She looks tired, pale. Her hair is tangled in clumps and of dirt cling to her armor. You both eye each other. She holds up a hand. Sleeper. She takes a deep breath. I'm sorry for what happened. Truly I am. She looks down. I'm sorry you ended up in the middle of this. When all you have shown me is kindness. She rubs her face. I'm sorry. It's okay. She nods, then looks up the stars. I've never... She stops herself. Thank you. Enkita shifts the weight of the box on her shoulder. I've been preparing for... She grimaces. Look. Well, she sighs. Can you come with me? It's easier if... Lead on. Enkita leads on down the dirt path between the pillars. There's a wind passing through the greenway, a quirk of the air currents that a biosphere maintains. It ruffles the leaves softly. The sound makes the silence more obvious, but more complete. You try not to think of the last time you were here. You have been trying not to think of it for the past few cycles. The image of the sleeper sprawled, twisted open, connected to the ship mind, has been hard to forget. You realize Enkita is leading you back there, back into the drum at the center of the stack. You pause, trembling a little. At the threshold, she turns. What are you doing? She looks at you with empty eyes. What needs to be done? You stand on the threshold and look up at the tanks. Green and wet, some glowing with flickering grow lamps. You look down at Enkita, suddenly so small under the hulking ruin. The smallest she has ever looked. She places the box down. Follow her in. You follow Enkita into the stack through a low tank, entering the drum at ground level. It is just as beautiful as you remember, but it barely touches you. Instead, you check the apertures of the tank for the glint of a weapon, or a shadow among the moss. Enkita stops, and you look down. The mossy island at the center of the tank is clear now. The equipment cleared away. In its place is a mound of dirt, loosely covered with moss. Ashen's rifle stands straight, half buried in the dirt at the grave's head. I buried them together, Enkita says, without turning. You both stand there in silence for a little while. As you think of questions you could ask about Ashton, about the sleeper, she takes a moment to respond, and for a moment you think she won't. But then the words come gushing out. He signed on a while ago. He used to run recon for a corporate outfit, but he got sick of the pay. He joined the crew as a sniper, and the first few jobs were a breeze. He was so cold, disconnected, he always hit his marks. The last few jobs, though, he was different. I noticed that. We had a period of an extended shore leave on the eye, and when he came back, he was changed. I assumed he'd just had too much time off. He was right. I never would have given him the ship mind. I wouldn't have believed him. I've had crew members double cross me, undercut me, rat me out. That's the business. He wasn't a good person. None of us in this job are. This is how we die, alone. She stops, not sure what to add. It seems like she is reaching for something, but she can't quite get there. You feel that gap between you, and as you do, it widens. The water drips, the moss trembles. You both stand in silence for a while longer. You both feel it, the life creeping back in. The silence ending. Ankita shifts her weight, and then starts to walk out. You follow her, suddenly eager to be back out in the open space of the Greenway, to be away from this place forever. You stand outside and breathe the fresh air. You stare at the green leaves, and the stars wheeling above them. That's it, says Ankita, from somewhere behind you. You try to think of something to say, but can't. Ankita puts a hand on your shoulder. You turn back to her. At least take this. She forces a handful of cryochits into your hands. It's what I owe you. She looks at you desperately. You look down at the metal bars. Ugly little things, you think. You take the chits in turn without saying a word. You continue up the track, and she does not follow. As you walk up the rise, the wind picks up and the leaves shudder. You walk faster, trying to outpace your anger. The chits are heavy in your pockets, and you hate them for reminding you of how little life is worth. Part of me didn't want to take them. I think that would have probably been like the better answer. But yeah, it definitely would have been the better answer. Aww. Aww. Now I'm curious. I can just make everything cheaper. A raid with one. Reroll all dice or all things are cheaper. All things cheaper could be helpful. Yeah, I'm gonna go cheaper first. Damn. How's it going, Captain? It's going. Hey, by the way, did you ever manage to get any luck looking for a job? I know I haven't asked in a little while, but I was curious. Okay, well that's good. As long as you're still looking. That's the important thing. That was a little sad. If I'd ended that differently, she probably could have been like an actual like friend. A good little friendo. Oh, holy shit. I didn't realize how much money I had. Alright, well I don't need to worry about money for a little while. So I guess I can focus on repairing this house then? I mean, technically I stream up until about 9 o'clock my time, which is about an hour from now. But I'm probably going to be streaming for another 2 hours. Alright, so is this another place for me to sleep now? Feed a stray. There's a sign that a stray animal has been nosing around near a unit. A handful of chits for some crackers should bring it out of hiding. Yeah, feed a stray. Yeah, I have. I beat that. I beat that. Did I beat it after Zelda came out? Yeah, I beat it after Zelda came out. About like a month after Zelda came out. Oh, okay. A stray hops up onto the work surface and looks out of the unit's small window. It doesn't acknowledge your presence, it just sits there beside the tray of crumbled crackers, staring out at the low end. Have I seen Ahsoka? No. I have not watched Ahsoka yet. I've heard like a couple things about it. I haven't really been actively wanting to really watch anything lately. I've been more playing things. Playing things and reading. But I'll watch it eventually. I've heard that it basically it's like it focuses on like Rebels characters, which could actually be kind of interesting, I think. I liked Rebels. Oh yeah. Maybe I'll have to watch it sooner than later. Like too good. Well, I heard that Andor was also pretty good as well. I haven't seen that one yet either. So, but hey, if it's good, it's good. I'll take it. He likes to cook. Let him cook. It's fine. It doesn't acknowledge your presence. It just sits there beside the tray of crumbled crackers. What is this cat's story? Are there more on the station? You haven't seen another in the low end, but in this vast megastructure, that means little. There could be a whole colony of cats like this one down in the warrens. You look down at its sleek dark fur, its sharp eyes. It doesn't look ragged. It looks at home. In fact, its presence in the unit makes you wonder if this is the stray's apartment which you are squatting in. You lean a little forward and the stray tenses up. Perhaps best to give it a moment to get used to you. The stray settles a little and starts eating, picking at the broken crackers. You don't remember ever having been this close to an animal. It triggers something in you, a recognition of life. Totally unlike your own, but still somehow connected, parallel, even interwoven. The stray licks crumbs from its fur. Where were you born? The stray lifts his head as you speak, but looks down at the glow of the low end, not at you. The cat's comfort in this place is enough to answer your questions. The stray is a born resident of the eye. Like all those thousands out there, people beyond your window, this isn't, after all, a place for strays. For both those who begin their journey here and those who end it. You turn your eyes to the window, the one the stray looks out of, and you both watch the stars and the ships together. You feel something pass between you and the stray, a kind of acknowledgement of each other. A bond. A chemical bond. A sense that each of you might share something with the other. A point of connection. Then, all at once, the stray yawns wide, hops down from the unit, and brushes along your legs. And then it's gone. Out through the unit door, and back into the corridors and low end. Just like your average everyday cat. Looks like I can build a relationship with a stray cat. Alright, I can't do that yet. Oh, that's right. He wants those mushroom caps. I have an upgrade point as well. Okay, next one is for the instant karma. Alright, one more day and she'll be done. What do I do until then? I mean, what's... I know what I'll do. Come on, triple. Hell yeah. Oh, I'm gonna need to stop soon. Alright, couple story points to cover today, I think. Tala comes to you one shift when the bar is empty, tapping on the shoulder as you enter the bar, as you clean the bar. It's ready! She's grinning from ear to ear. The girl? The girl? Obviously. She grabs you by the arm before you can ask anything else and drags you into the back room. The smell hits you immediately when you enter. A cocktail of rich fermentation and chemical sharpness. The room is warm and bright now. The newly installed lights making the place look clean, whether it is or not. Bella has already pulled up a couple of stools around a metal crate where two glasses with a few fingers of pale Garol inside sit waiting. She smiles. I haven't even tried it yet. You can see she's nervous. You both sit at the makeshift table, the slight strangeness of the situation making you both jumpy. Tala hands you a glass. Cheers, she says solemnly, and knocks the glass back. You do the same. The first sensation is burning, a sharp, nose-clearing blast of alcohol that has your frame querying whether you would like to activate a safe mode. You gulp the drink back, and it is only then, behind the burn, that you taste the earthy tones of the mushrooms, the wood and the soil, left behind the like sediment, barely there. That's strong. Tala nods vigorously. Woof, that was heavy. It has promise, though. You think? She swirls the glass and puts it down. Wait, I have an idea. Is that I have an idea? Tala grabs a metal bottle from the newly installed work surface and adds a few drops of water into the Garol. Try again. This time the burn is a warming glow. Harsh but fading. Off. The woodiness less heavy. You taste something floral and among the marshy decay. Something fresh and bright that you never expected to find. Both you and Tala meet eyes. It's really good, right? It is. Tala grins with her whole face, and that makes you smile too. Tala pours out some more Garol and then adds some more water. The action's already taking on the quality of a ritual. You both drink. Tala tucks her feet up beneath her on the stool, folding her legs. She looks down into her glass and swirls a liquid thoughtfully. It's only wine. Tala looks up at nothing in particular. My father opened this place, you know, she says out of nowhere. The thought suddenly becoming words. It was his attempt at making a life for us, for my family, when we got to the Eye. You were refugees? From Sinza, yeah. It's one of Ember's lesser moons. She takes a drink. I don't remember much. I was only tiny when we came. I was just thinking about something my father told me when he first set up this place. He wanted to call it the Bantian, but he was afraid it'd scare off the customers, so he kind of translated it. Hence the Overlook. In these past few cycles, when I've been here, I've been thinking that I should rename the place. She looks at you. The Bantian. What do you think? Dad said he translated it to Overlook, so something like that. Watchtower, maybe. Look out. Tala picks up her glass. That settles it then. To the Bantian. You both clink your glasses and drink up. Tala hisses through her teeth. Still harsh, she laughs, and suddenly grabs her shoulder. Oh, sleeper, I totally forgot. She stumbles to her feet. She lurches over to her corner of the room covered with a plastic sheet, whips it off, like a magician performing a trick. Beneath it is a neat little kitchen, a sink, a work surface, and a compact oven with a hob. Your kitchen. It doesn't give you time to respond. You can come make stuff here anytime, as long as you promise not to raid the mushroom farm. I need those for the Groll. I was thinking, too, that if things pick up, we can start serving proper food at the Bantian, she sighs. Or she laughs. Do you like it? It's perfect. Tala gives you a hug, then quickly stands back. I'm sorry. I'm so glad you're here, she grins. Me too. As Tala tidies away the glasses, you inspect the kitchen, checking that it all works. It's small and salvaged, but after what you've had to put up with, it feels like a dream come true. Later, when she's done for the day, Tala comes back through the bar, and you share a glass of the good girl, the one she didn't distill. And this time, you talk about nothing in particular, sharing stories about regulars or discussing the best place to eat on the Eye, which, after everything has happened, feels like a nice change of pace. When it comes time to leave, you promise to cook for Tala and agree to let her know which shifts you'll be working in the coming cycles, and then slip out into the cool of the rooftop now. And in this moment, you feel, for once, at home. Aw, that's cute. Ah, okay. I can cook. It is my turn to cook. I already have 2 points left. Yeah, karma, please. I see. I really need to disable this tracker. Like, it feels like I'm getting so close to a good end. Where? I don't understand. Okay, so it's just something that I can do. Got it. I still haven't finished this. Okay, okay. Sunlight refuge. Sunlight refuge. Cutting away the choking vines stop the rot, and this place could be turned into a garden of sorts. I just want to get into the point where like I am needing to re-hit the health. Do a quick search for story things. I like that it's safe. It's a 4 again. That's why better than it being lower. I feel like I'm at a point where I'm too safe. So more spores will help me out. Okay, got it. I need energy. How much food or how many energy points do I get from this? 2. Okay. So Mushroom Men is my best bet for food. Okay, so now it's gonna start growing. That's good for multiple reasons. Yeah, no shit mine parts just yet. I gotta wait one more day. No, I don't really need that, do I? Yeah, what is this? I'm super curious. It's like the one area where I haven't really explored that much into. Oh, what are you? Steal a shipment. No thanks. But you get items from it. Uh, oh, this is safe. Huh. Interesting. I'll do this because this is money and potential energy. Only money. Okay. I'm gonna do one more day. Oh my god, it remains. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, cool. We're gonna finish off another drive. Fabricate a ship mind. Because this could help me with a huge thing. Neovend, I'm coming. Neovend is ready to attempt imprinting. They want you to help. Sleeper! Must express plan before we begin. Neovend is impatient. The prospect of being free of the vending machine, clearly too much to take. Shipmind has no output features. Will be mute until slotted. You won't be able to speak? What's the plan? The servo motors in the machine begin to rev. Neovend's anxiety clear. First, imprint shipmind. Then slot imprinted shipmind into physical ports close to Hunter nests. Once slotted, we'll track Hunter at each. Tracking will find core nest. Slot shipmind at core nest. Show Hunter data to Hunter. Hunter will conclude sentience. Hunter will invoke killer. And killer will kill. Yes. The lights on the vending machine cycle as Neovend prepares. Physical ports likely sealed in old station. Will need keys, but yes, simple. The vending machine rocks a little. Any questions before imprinting? Hunter keeps Central's data storage. Protocol must keep data outside self, linked to secondary nests. Can triangulate from there. I cannot access via network. Too dangerous. Hunter would find immediately. The lights flicker. Am not like you. Hybrid. Am native to cloud. Easy prey. That's it. Let's start. The sound of all the servo motors starting up at once is painful. The screeches rattle from the hard surface of the sealed dock and come back at all angles. Neovend better be quick, or Haven Security will be here. Neovend's voice appears among the squeals, like a whisper carried by the wind. Machine is not designed for this task. Few sensors, limited inputs. I work blind. Wish me luck. In the top part of the compartment, a set of arms aligned with the ship mind, clunkily scraping against it. Can I help? Silence best. Also, if machine ignite, put out fire. Metal creaks and the servos open the ship mind. Its layers of silicone nested like an onion skin. Once open, the main arm of the machine rapidly shifts back and forth, realigning the microscopic components, accessing them and rewriting them, imprinting Neovend into its physical form. As you watch the hypnotic motion of your mind drifts to your own creation. What processes were used to emulate your mind to copy the neural structure of that person who, as far as you know, still sleeps at some distant facility? What was lost? In what ways are you a copy of that person? In what ways are you something new? You know this much. You are a convenient loophole, a way of circumnavigating the illegality of sentient AI. After all, you are an emulation, not a true digital being. You are neurologically limited, still human. But what would you become if you could escape this frame? What then would the limits lie? Where would the limits lie? The screeching stops, the machine powers down, dropping the bay into darkness. In the top compartment, the ship mind is whole again. You reach up to take it down. heavy and cold to the touch. Is Neovend inside this thing? Or did the process fail? There's only one way to know. Time to find a nest and slot them into. Okay, that's... I'm excited. Insert mind. Yeah, fucking yes, +1. +1 on everything. Okay. A mad tangle of wires, thick as your arm, crowd a server unit, sealed shut by magnet. This must be the place. This is one of 3 nests that, once slotted with Neovend's ship mine, will lead you to the Hunter Central data cache. Okay, one of 3. I kind of want to do this to finish it off. Because after this specific thing is done, then that's like the last like main danger that I have outside of just like losing energy to death. As you leave the nest, something flips. You find yourself inverted, floating, dragged by one arm through the cloud. The threads shift and realign as if they are leading you somewhere. Look ahead. You look up and see a corridor, a canyon, a street in the low end. On either side, buildings flicker with markers of activity. Sigils showing network access, data transfer, download, upload. Between them, dance ghosts, protocols carrying or mirroring or shadowing data. Something silent, something chaotic. This place moves unlike any digital space you ever imagined. Something strange is happening here. You look down, expecting to see the heavy cylinder of the ship mine in your hand, but in its place is an orrery, a sphere so bright it burns your eyes. It's surrounded by rings and orbits. Other spheres tracing silken lines through space, and as you look closer, still you pick out 1,000 sigils of 1,000 stations, and ships flowing like smoke, like dust. Then you see it below, the stacked rooms, the units and the apartments, the wires and the pipes and the buzzing systems that run through it all. In the warrens beneath the low end is the Hunter's core nest. This is where you must go. Danger. Okay, well, I can throw a 6 at it. Reroll into a 4. I am unwilling to throw a 4 at it. Right, I need food. all stabilized, and that's it. Ready. Okay, cool. I'm gonna stop this here. It was a good hour and a half. Basically double the time that I was expecting to play, but that's fine. I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna take a break, and when we come back, we'll play a little Starfield. Yeah, I'm enjoying this. I really am enjoying this. It's cool. See you soon.